And now an RPG a Day response.
It's August 18th, and it feels like this is an opportunity for the shortest video yet, finally fulfilling the promise of brevity that I made to myself for RPG a Day for 2017. The question for August 18th is, which game have you played the most in your life? And I'm torn. I'm not actually sure. What feels like the right answer is The World of Darkness. And unfortunately, I can't pick a specific game because as each one came out, we blended them together. So I guess what we're looking at here, we're looking at Vampire. That would, by default, be the game we probably played the longest. It was the centerpiece of a 6-year campaign and many other campaigns that went around it, and many independent campaigns that were going on just kind of randomly, and then years of gaming afterwards, and let's not forget the years of Adventure and Trinity and Aberrant. However, what might be true, or as true, or just slightly truer, is D100 gaming, BRP, Call of Cthulhu, RuneQuest, and related D100 games. World of Darkness, Storyteller, in its various incarnations from first through revised. That feels like it's probably the right answer, but this one is a close contender. Now, things that are important parts of my consideration is that I've pretty much stopped playing all the World of Darkness games. I did an incredible amount with them, and I just, my creativity doesn't tend to flow in those directions anymore. From time to time, I'll run a mage game or a wraith game or something like that, Kindred of the East. But most of the time, my ideas take me elsewhere. Unlike that, I never really stopped playing D100 games, but of course, they weren't in a prime position like some of the other games I end up getting involved in long campaigns with, like Fantasy Flight game Star Wars is dominant right now. World of Darkness was dominant for close to 10 years, and so on and so forth. But there are always D100 games going on in the background. And for the last few years, I have been running a 1-year experiment using what is now called Mithras. And that 1 year has joyfully stretched into many years. So there's what I probably have spent more actual hours playing, and then there's what has been with me longer. So it's kind of difficult to answer this question with a definitive answer. I think it's probably Storyteller. It may be D100, BRP, Call of Cthulhu, that sort of thing. But why? Why has it been these games? Well, Vampire, when it came out, had a kind of swagger to the writing. It had interesting mechanics. It had something for everybody, seemingly, and it was pretty much pitched at the group of people that I was spending most of my time with, and it only got better. Vampire was attractive to many. Werewolf was attracted to the people was attractive to the people who weren't as attracted to Vampire. Mage attracted all of us. Wraith was a bit of a hard sell, but I loved it. And then there was Changeling, which had its challenges in the early day, and it seems to have grown into more of what it could have been now. But, it spoke to us in many different ways and across different generations of gamers. We had older players, we had younger players, and those were good times. It was fun. And once it became the dominant game, it was like people who are playing Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder now, almost to exclusion of other games. It was just easy to find people who are versed in the game, who are interested in the game, and were looking to try one of the different games that they hadn't done yet. Maybe they were curious about Mummy, or they wanted to do Hunter, or they wanted to do a flavor of Wraith that they hadn't done, like The Great War, and so on and so forth. If you were conversant in all of these games, you could always find players. So that was a strong draw, and there were a lot of things that I could do with it, and did do with it. For D100, games like Mithras, games like BRP, BRP's around here somewhere, there it is, down there. This was one of the first rule sets that really, really spoke to me, that really made me feel comfortable, that really made me feel like my games and my sessions were accomplishing both what I wanted and what was entertaining for the players. I keep saying this is the Call of Cthulhu was the game where I found my voice, and the related games were very easy for me to apply. And yeah, you don't fix what isn't broken, right? So coming back to this game was very, very easy. And it's tied into lots of properties which I dearly love, such as Pendragon. So that's it. That's as short, I guess, as I'm going to be able to make it. Could be D100, probably Storyteller, and those were the reasons why.
Come back tomorrow when we talk about which RPG has the best writing.